Look at this, it's one of them there racing cars. Welcome back to RC Legends. In today's video, I'm going to be having a look at this bad boy. Bought this for myself, and we'll go throughout the video. I'll explain why, and I'll be asking a few questions as well, because this thing's very modern for me. Anyway, it's a Team Associated B6.2. It came out around a couple of years ago, 2020-ish. There's a B6.3 version, and they do two variants of this kit. So there was a 6.2 and then there was a 6.2D, and the same on the new B6.3. That comes in a D version as well. D stands for dirt. So the version without the D is a carpet racer. So the cars are very slightly different. There's and I don't know a lot about this, but the layout of the gearbox changes slightly, mainly the motor position. So this one, I believe, is a lay down variant. I think that's what it's called. So the you'll see when I bring a camera over. But this, if you don't know, this is a high-end two-wheel drive off-road competition buggy from Team Associated. First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you to John for doing me a fantastic deal on this. He actually had it on our, I think it was on RC Legends sales group on Facebook, and I'd seen it, and I was debating whether, because I was kind of looking for a buggy. Anyway, we went to, shout out to Peter, we ended up going to Extreme RC, and we did that track day there, which was just awesome, and there was quite a few of these things flying around, and all the other variants, Schumachers, X-Rays, whatever. But that really fueled the fire, and I thought, I really want my own two-wheel drive high-end competition buggy for me to drive when I get the opportunity to go to track days. So yeah, I came back that night and I looked if it was still there, and I thought, just sleep on it. Anyway, woke up in the morning, it was still there, contacted him. We got into a communication, lovely gentleman John, and he did me a fantastic deal on this, and it was here within a week. So it's a brand new built 6.2. So let's quickly just show you what I got with this. So as you can see, I got the box with it, which is superb. I don't collect boxes or anything, but it's always nice. And there's a lot of bump around this box as well for me to kind of take in and sort of research and really learn about it. And probably the most important thing I'm going to need, the manuals there for it, which is mega important. So I guess if you've never seen a Team Associated manual or you've never built one, I thought I'd just show you it quickly, because it differs from what you might be kind of used to. First time I came across one was when I built the RC10, the re version, that Team Associated brought out a few years back. So yeah, it's not as straightforward, let's say, as maybe if you're like used to your Tamiya cars or whatever. But yeah, very cool indeed. Happy to have that. And obviously got the body set for it and the decals, although a couple of the Associated decals have been used. But in this video, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the shell and wing out and just fit it to the car, just so it's kind of there. But this is not the body set I'm using for the car. What I'll do is I'll just I'll put a picture up of this car. Now that's the Team Associated 6.3. So a massive shout out to Ben and Ben's friend John. It's actually John's car. And anyway, I ended up contacting Ben, and I said, look, is that a 6.3 body, and if so, will it fit on the 6.2 car? And the answer was yes to both questions, so that was excellent. So what I did was I jumped on eBay and I bought the 6.3 body set, which at this moment is winging its way to us. I just find the 6.3, I think the cab's a little bit more forward, and it seems to be sort of lower to the ground. That's how it kind of looks. It's a lot sleeker than this one. And I don't know, it looks like you've got a longer back end to it as well. I don't know. I won't know until it arrives, but yeah, I'm looking forward to putting that on. So as I say, we'll have a look at the car next, but then I'll go back to this and we'll get this cut out and we'll just get it mounted on the car so it looks like a proper car. And here we have it. It's a thing of beauty. I absolutely love it. One of the factors when I saw it was advertised, it had these wheels and tyres on. Now obviously the rear's wheels have certainly been used. Tyres don't look like they've been used, or if they have, it's hardly, and they've got foams in, pre-glued. They're carpet tyres, and then it came with a brand new set of fronts. Now they're not glued, and they don't have foams in. So this is my first question on this video. Do the carpet front tyres need foams in? I would guess yes, but yeah, I'd just like to know, because if it doesn't, I'll get them glued up, and then this is something I can use straight off the bat. If it does need foams, then I'll have to get some ordered. But I will probably be ordering a new wheel and tyre set for it anyway. So, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but as I say, brand new built. This is a gearbox situation where your motor's right down here, which I believe they call a laydown. Spur gear with built-in slipper clutch. It's got the plastic front wing already cut out and mounted on it. The car's been built, so if the car's kind of ready to run, I don't have to do anything with that. All the shocks and things are all set up. As you can see, like the droop, and you'll see it settle when I put it down. Lovely. Now, one of the battery nuts was missing, and it had one blue one, so I've just had to sort of go into my toolbox and just put these on. The battery is a very interesting thing. It only takes a shorter 2S, which I haven't got, so that's one thing I'm going to have to get on order. But there's lots of, I think there's 5 different positions for the battery to move up and down to give you different weight distribution, which again I know nothing about, but that's just sort of a level of fine-tuning that just kind of blows me away. I'm not used to that. Again, not sure if the kit came with the weights, but it's got the 36 and the 24 gram weight in there already. Again, I guess it depends on sort of track conditions to whether you use those or not. Again, that's another question. Did that come in the kit, and if so, do I just leave them in? Because obviously the radio gear is going to go on them, so once the electrics are in, it's not the easiest thing in the world to move about. So that's the battery thing I was telling you about with the different adjustments. That's yeah, so it moves slightly front and back for weight distribution. That's kind of cool. Back end, as you can see, I don't know if you can see through, but on the rear arms it's got alloy holders front and back for added strength. It's got this lovely piece of blue alloy here, and then the sway bar, and the shocks just feel super smooth. Really nice. UJs on the back. Car's obviously, it's a competition car. It comes with what do you call it? Full bearings kit. It comes with, sorry, pretty difficult to get this in camera. So it's got blue steering, alloy steering. That's standard, and those servo mounts. The angle this gets is just ridiculous steering wise. Yeah, and then on the front, I actually didn't think it had a front sway bar, but it has. If you can see it in there, it's buried away really tidily at the front. Again, don't know if that's standard kit. I'm guessing it is. And there's just so many adjustments on this car. I was shout out to Mark actually. If you're watching, I was watching some of his YouTube videos. The Headings, I think his channel's called, and and a shout out to Will Speed as well, who've done a full metal chassis and gearbox for this car and the 6.3, and it is off the chart. So I've kind of been watching that and debating whether I want to go down that route, but I think I better just learn to drive this as it is. But the point why I'm raising that is he was talking about all the different adjustments on this car. And obviously, you've got to be a proper racer to sort of appreciate that level of fine-tuning adjustment. And, you know, that's not me. Maybe I'll get to that in the future. I don't know. But, carbon rear shock tower, carbon front shock tower, but it has this protector on it. So from the front, it kind of looks like it's got a plastic tower on it. Interesting thing, a lot of people don't like what we call cab forward bodies or modern day shells, but there is a point to that. That is for airflow, for the wind, for the air to push the front end down for maximum grip. And again, that front, sorry, I'll just put that out of the way. That front wing's not for show. They didn't do that just to make it look better. That's actually to create a downforce to get better traction on the front. Very cool thing. So the chassis is actually alloy. I don't know if there's like a carbon option for that. I very much doubt it. But it's got this lovely kind of gold colour alloy chassis. And then it's got the side bits that just bolt on for the body shell. Obviously you've got your gearbox here, and then you've got this brace here that links from the gearbox right into the chassis to give that extra strength. And a front brace here as well. So you've got your kick up with your bumper. But on the top side of it, you've got, sorry, wheels are in the way. You've got this section here, which braces the whole thing. So it's whether there is any actually flex in the chassis, I've no idea. I know there is on some race cars, but this thing feels pretty solid. Maybe the flex side of it comes in more on dirt tracks, I don't know. Whereas carpets, maybe a little bit more precision. But again, you know, I could be actually making that up. Right, so let's get the scissors out, get that shell and wing cut. I'm not going to Velcro it, I'm not painting it. This is just for show right now until the new one arrives. But as soon as that new one arrives, that's going to be getting painted very quickly and getting on the car. So yeah, let's dig the scissors out. Right, that's the wing cut out, 2 holes in and mounted on the chassis. Extremely straightforward. I think there are some optional cut lines on there, again depending what you're running. Now I'm going to just cut the body out, but I thought I would just double check on the instructions, and good job I did, because, let's put this up a little bit. So on step 6, body trimming and mounting. So basically there are 2 body trimming options depending on what transmission you choose to run. Cut line A for the lay down, lay back transmission, or cut line B for the 4-gear transmission. So yeah, 2 cut options here. And again for body length as well. So it just says here, there are 2 body trimming options depending on what transmission you choose to run. Cut the body on the top rear long for the B6.2 and the shorter lines for the B6.2D. So yeah, so obviously we're going long, and I think I'm reading that. So we've got cut lines A and we're going long. Right, let's do that. Right, that's it. As I say, it's not Velcroed, and I'm not even going to sand it yet. I will be painting this body setup at some point as a spare. But again, now really interesting. On the box and on the manual is this picture. So that's the body shell I've ordered. And I said at the beginning it was for the 6.3. It looks like the 6.2 came with 2 different bodies, because I know this came with this kit, because John told me that. But this is not that. And when I said it looks sleeker, the other one, the biggest giveaway is it's got a little bit more pronounced forward cab. But this gap here from where the window comes down to there, it's quite a gap. Now if you see it on this shell, that gap's a lot smaller, and I don't think this is as high, and it's got these sort of long back drawn windows and then this longer section here, whereas this is, I believe, to be shorter. Anyway, so what that meant is when I was cutting it at the cut lines, it was for this shell, not that. So that made it a little bit confusing. Anyway, we've got round that and we've cut it out correctly. It's quite straightforward. Very flimsy. It's a very lightweight shell, as you would expect, I guess. Just quickly, before I put the wheels on, I'll just whiz that off. I just wanted to show you how the wheels fix on. So 12mm hexes at the back, as you would expect, with the alloy adapters. But the fronts are interesting. The hexes as well. See how that works? Oh, that's zooming in. I think that's, let me hold it there. I kind of think that's kind of cool how that works. It's this whole section that spins. Yeah, not really seen anything like that before. Anyway, let's get the wheels back on. Right, there we have it, wheels and tyres back on. I think it's a really ugly body shell, that, I've got to be honest. Now, here's the silly thing. I 100% understand that these cars are just for the racetrack. It doesn't matter how they look. But it still kind of does to me. A little bit old school. No problem with the modern design and the forward cab, no problem at all. But this is just, it's quite an ugly one. So yeah, I'm kind of really looking forward to getting the new one. and get that mounted and painted, because honestly, it's gonna. Yeah, it sounds really weird as I'm saying it, but it's gonna be quite a cool looking buggy. So, question time. So I apologise up front, but this stuff is really new to me. So we've got it, or we're gonna get it visually how I want it. Not figured out what paint job it's gonna be yet. Be something nice and bright with the basic B6.2 Team Associated stickers, decals on it. So yeah, please let me know if the fronts need foams in. Now, if you're a racer and you're watching this, you're going to be like spitting feathers because I know nothing. So if you are going to put your input in, please bear in mind I'm not racing at high-end clubs. I just want a general decent setup for carpet. That's it. So yeah, do the fronts need foams? Cool. Also, just while we're on wheels and tyres, could you let me know what's another set of really good wheels and tyres, again, for just basic carpet racing, just so I can order some. I'd like some yellow wheels, like a luminous, yellow, or fluorescent neon sort of yellow. That'd be cool. So yeah, if you could recommend some wheels and tyres, do you know what? Ideally, pre-glued with foams in. That'd be awesome. Just that'd save my job. I hate gluing tyres. So that's the first thing. What I'm thinking about, because when I went with Peter to the track, he's running in his B74, he's running Hobby Wing brushless combo 13.5, and it went around that track great. The only thing I'm not sure about is on a bigger track, would that have the legs at 13.5? Because I believe isn't the basic 13.5 Hobby Wing brushless combos? I don't know if you can program them. But again, if anyone knows that, stick that information. Or again, put in the comments a link to a cheap brushless system. I'm not looking to pay $700 because I won't get my money's worth out of it. But I just want something that's cool, that follows all the regulations of clubs, and if it's got a programming card with it and all that good stuff, and that's cool because that's something I need to learn about. Battery, I need to order. A shorty, 4,500 milliamp, I'll get something like that. Steering servo, I might order a new one. I have got that Savox, which is quickest servo I've got, but when I saw it against Pete's B74, it looked quite slow. And radio gear. Now Pete was using, I hope I get this right, the Sky RC Noble unit, not the newest, latest one. And that was really nice. I had a go of that. It's really programmable, so I might go with something like that. So yeah, we're gonna be spending a little bit of money on this, but there's absolutely no rush to do it. But I want to have a little go-to car that, if a track day comes up, just grab this and off I go, and I can have a serious play with it, which would be awesome. And maybe in the future I'll get a 4-wheel drive high-end competition buggy as well. That'd be kind of cool. The obvious one would be the B74 because I've drove Peters and I liked it. But I think I'd like to maybe branch out a little bit and maybe go down the route of Schumacher, X-Ray. I don't know. Anyway, that's 4-wheel drive, not for this video. So I hope I've covered and I've asked all the questions that I need to know. I'm pretty sure I have. Oh, I'll tell you what I will do. You're gonna spit feathers. I do want to just have a little blast about of this with the electrics I've got. Outdoor. Now I know it's a carpet car. So because it's got 12mm hexes all around, what I'll probably do, don't scream at me, but I've got some like Tamiya Stardish wheels, and they've got like the dual block tyres glued onto them, which were on the T2 So they're going to fit on this. So I'm thinking, well, if I've got those wheels and tyres, I could just put my basic electrics in and just get it out there and have a blast on tarmac. I know that's not what it's for, but I want a feel of a car. I want to run it and see what it feels like. Now, I know with bigger, wider tyres on and stuff, it's not going to be... Anyway, I'm going to do that at some point, just for my benefit. If you want to see that, stick in the comments. Say you want to see it run say you want to see it run outdoor, and we'll do that. And also, but this is probably too big of a question, can I run this on dirt? I think you can. I mean, it's only the proper race boys who have a separate car for dirt, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I could. In the kit, it's got a gearbox cover. Now, I presume it fits this layout, or unless it was just on a parts tray that was across both the standard car and the D version, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I've talked a lot on this video, but yeah, I am genuinely excited about having this, because I like now I'm at that stage now where I'll kind of like having go-to cars that are all fully set up, and if I get the opportunity to go to a track, I can just grab them, charge the batteries, and off we go. And this one is absolutely perfect. So John, who I bought it off, massive thank you, my friend, if you're still watching. And to everyone else, if you're still watching, that's crazy. Maybe you could give this video a thumbs up, go subscribe if you haven't already, and if you subscribe, turn all those notifications on for our weekly videos. That'd be absolutely awesome. And as always, my friends, have a great day.